such a fucking cut, Sean. You know that even though Kyle Larson is going to sit here in Knoxville and in I-55, I'm just testing audio. Even though Kyle Larson's doing all this winning at I-55 and the front row, you know what's going to happen this week at Knoxville for Kyle, Sean?
Yeah, he's going to dominate. He's got huge momentum.
Sean.
What?
Is there cocaine in your coffee over there? Are you on drugs, sir?
No.
If you listen to Larson's, or if you just watch Larson's performances, he starts deep in the field, right?
Right.
And he's been coming even on his win nights. Even that front row challenge, he started like 12th or something, right?
Right.
And if you listen to his interviews, he says, well, we're really good in the race, but we're still really, really bad at qualifying. And what is the Knoxville Nationals all about, Sean?
Qualifying.
So it is my hot take of the week that Kyle Larson will not make the A main to Knoxville on Saturday because he won't qualify. He may win the prelim night.
Yes, he will.
But he can win the prelim night. But if you don't qualify well, Sean, it's hard to even think of making the A or locking straight in.
Right. It's all about points. I mean,
he's the one saying it, Sean. I mean, Paul Silva's got some trick. You know, he's tricked the car out, put the little headers pointed upwards, but it's something in the race. It's something in the dirty air, I think, they got figured out.
header's pointing up.
Yeah, he's got headers pointing up on the car, but he thinks he's cheating.
No shit, because his car sounded way different down at Oski Monday night. Way different than anybody else's.
That's because it's a distraction. He can't qualify, Sean. So the car's not good in clean air, but it's superior in dirty air. I think it's aero. I think Paul Silva has colluded with the NASCAR minds with Larson in North Carolina, and they got something figured out in the air department. Look at how good he is through the traffic.
Well, when does he qualify?
Thursday.
And I don't know. Just seems like that. Heavy track is just not his thing. Obviously,
and he hasn't been qualifying well.
Well, yeah.
Even at a track like I-55 where he owns the track record, Sean.
Right, and I think it all has to do with the heavy track. And when the track slicks off a little bit, I think that's where he shines. But obviously, you have to qualify good to get a good spot in your qualifying night.
And if you don't qualify well, Sean, to the probabilities of you locking in to the A main Saturday.
He could be hung.
Okay, so for people who don't understand out there, we may actually post this. For people that don't understand out there, we're testing a mic right now. We will be live before the races. We're testing the mic right now. So you could be the voice on the other side as well with the Chaz. For people who don't understand this, everybody freaks out this time of year on these qualified nights because we go out there, we see David Gravels and all these outlaw and high limit teams hit these bomb-ass laps in qualifying, and then they're inverted in the field, and oh my God, they're not up front, and then Trey Starks wins the A main, and everybody's freaking out. What the hell? This format's horrible. But you look at the lineups for Saturday, and the guys who qualified well and finished 12th, they're locked in. They're up front, or David Gravel, who qualified well, came from his invert spot, finished 4th or 5th, and then runs 14th. He's the pole sitter or something. It's just like, if you don't qualify, Sean, you're not making that A main on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, and as tough as these cars are being equal, back in the day when Bobby Allen came back, came through the alphabet soup and whatnot. But, I mean, times have changed, obviously.
Well, speaking of times have changed, he couldn't qualify well at Oski against only 30 cars?
I don't know if there was that many, but, yeah, I mean,
There wasn't too many hit like the Donnie Schatz wasn't. I mean, I don't know who's on this qualifying. I'd have to look at it real quick, but he's going to be up in qualifying mode against a lot of really good cars. He's not going to be up against Oskaloosa. I mean, he is going to be up against the majority of the I-55 field, but once again, his probability for qualifying well at I-55 should have been higher than his probability to qualify well at Knoxville. He's not necessarily an amazing qualifier at Knoxville, even though he should be, because the IndyCar racing and NASCAR racing, you think smooth on the wheel. But he's never been like this. He's not the Knoxville track record holder, for instance, like he was at I-55. So he's not even known for qualifying superior at Knoxville, and he's admitting himself that he isn't good at qualifying right now. If he doesn't qualify well, he's not gonna he may be in the B main, and this would be my spin on this. This could be the greatest show that Knoxville has ever seen, because I do think he's gonna race well, because I think they got something dirty air figured out. I think that's where it's at. I think they figured something out aerodynamically in the car, and that's why he's able to come through these fields and do the things he's doing. And that's why he gets run down in open air. You notice Corey Day ran him down when he had some clean air. They got the dirty air, and then he was able to stretch it out a little bit. But regardless, that's a whole nother point, probably not 100% accurate. But because clean air still matters, I think they got something aerodynamically figured out on that car. That's why it's able to drive through this traffic so well, so amazingly. But it's also not qualifying well, which means it's not doing well in clean air. So
right.
If you don't qualify well, Sean, you're not making it. But once again, the spin on this would be, I think that he is going to, with this aerodynamic advantage he has, say he doesn't lock into the A, which I don't think he's going to, and he's in the B or something, and he has to come from the back or something, or he runs Hard Knocks night and he comes from the back, but I don't think he's going to run that because of NASCAR commitments. It's going to be possibly the greatest show we've ever seen, because you're going to see Kyle Larson come through the damn field. He's going to come. If Kyle Larson starts 29th, or there ain't even a 29th spot at Knoxville Saturday with their aerodynamic advantages that I think Paul Silva's figured out, he's going to come through the field, and it's going to be one of the baddest ass shows we've ever seen. Sort of like Shane Stewart when he came through with the 57.
Well, I've noticed Knoxville and the World Outlaws have said history's going to be made this year at the Knoxville Nationals. Well, they already got the script wrote already? I mean,
Shit.
What history do they know that is going to be made? I mean, have you noticed that?
I have, yeah. But they always do kind of say that, right?
Well, yeah.
They haven't really said it, though, in that specific way as much, though.
Exactly. So what's the script? I want to know the script.
The script is always there. I mean, I did correctly pick, and I told the script on David Gravel and Jeff Gordon 5 months in advance, and it happened. So I know they play Illuminati games here in the Children of the Cornfield. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to understand what the occult is doing here.
Right.
What now you got me scared, Sean. Now you got the conspiracy theory side coming out.
Well,
like,
I mean,
I tried to get RFK to come. He was up to do it, but once they found out it was an outdoor event and there's no metal screening, they were scared. Apparently, they were scared of the Children of the Corn. I thought it would have helped RFK hugely, but this is what could be the script. What is probable scenario? See, I was picking Corey Day because that would be the script for the NASCAR scenario, Hendrick and going to NASCAR and all that. But what would you see as a potential script for the Knoxville Nationals? I mean, is Kyle Larson coming from the back really like history, though? I mean, we've seen people come through the A's or the alphabet soups and all that. That wouldn't be history to come from the back of the A to win it, you know?
Right. I guess I don't know what their theory is on this is going to be history. I mean, I've also played.
It better not be in tragedy. It better not be tragedy-wise.
I'd hope not, but I mean, I don't wish death on anybody or anybody getting severely hurt. But
and it better not involve Larson, because I've always said, you know, we ain't gonna get a next gen car until some big star like Dale Earnhardt Sr. It took Dale Earnhardt Sr., you know, passing away to make a new race car You know, and I've been saying we need a new sprint car because the one we have is barbaric and archaic in itself. And you know, I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want that to happen. That would be history, though, right? A new sprint car developed from a tragedy. But let's not speak that into reality. Hopefully, so what would be the regular conspiracy without losing, you know, without eating goat, you know,
Corey Day winning it.
just for the NASCAR reasoning.
No, just a young kid.
Would he be the youngest ever? Look that up on your phone real quick. Look that up. Youngest ever Knoxville Nationals champion. I didn't plan on this being a show, but me and Sean are really good on the mic. I got to say this, ladies and gentlemen. And we will be live outside of the gates of the Knoxville Raceway, potentially in a robe. With
a robe?
Yeah, we're going to have some hose. Because the whole train is coming for David Gravel. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. And also, I think liquid gravel is you're telling me, hold on, is this real that David Gravel got pulled over or got hemmed up? Hold on, there's a rumor in Knoxville right now that after he got drunk with the Chaz on video, that the Illuminati came and pulled him over. Is that what happened?
That's what I heard. I don't know any of the details, but yeah, Sunday, I guess he got pulled over. He what?
Greg Weld. Okay, so we got back. Connie's always good. She's always the girl on the couch. You know, we're not in the Continental, but we kind of are. You think that the conspiracy theory could be history being made would be Corey Day at 18 years of age becoming the youngest Knoxville Nationals champion in history, and that would make even more sense with my conspiracy. Just like the only reason I predicted David Gravel winning was because Jeff Gordon is the initiator to this entire sprint car world switch with the co-trickle syndrome. He's the one that got kids in go-karts at 5 and sprint cars at 14, and that's the trend that's dominated this industry since he did it. And he is he's like the folklore, like, you need to turn that off right now. We're getting deep. See, the Illuminati's trying to fuck me up. He is the folklore, like, in the world of the occultist world, he's like the guy at the head with the, you know, the sheep skin on him and stuff. So if he gets involved, he's winning it. NASCAR's winning it. And now they're involved again with Corey Day, and that's why I'm seeing the occult taking over here for the week. But now it does make sense even more to me that you did point out how they're saying it's to make history. Mm-hmm. And now we have confirmed if Corey Day wins, it will be technically making history as the youngest Knoxville Nationals champion ever.
Yep. I mean, I don't know what other history could possibly, you know, what scenarios could be history other than Corey Day winning it. I don't know any other, maybe Shots winning another one, but.
Is he tied with Kinzer? I thought Kinzer had 14 or 15, and he's at like 11.
Well, yeah, true.
We'd have to count them. Get the wins list up. Connie, you want to do another one? She's ready to go. She's ready. She's in the living room. Like, are y'all recording? She gets away. I didn't know we were going to post this, but it's happening. So
I don't know.
What am I looking up?
I've tried to think of scenarios
how many
and
Knoxville Nationals does Steve Kinzer have versus Donnie Schatz? If you can find out who has more. Because at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to figure out what history means. What is the history? What has happened? What is the? Yeah, you've pointed it out how history will be made. What is the history that's being made?
I'm gonna have to say Corey Day is gonna win it.
Okay, Kinzer had 12.
Kinzer had 12. Oh, so Schatz has 11, I believe.
Shoot, how do you spell Schatz?
Schatz. Not like the shots everybody has at Dingus.
He's 10 times.
I thought he won the last one and went to 11. He's a 10-time Outlaw champion, but he's an 11-time Knoxville Nationals champion, I believe. We're about to find out. Oh, no.
Don't get nervous.
The sparkly nails are distracting her eyes. This is scary. We're trying to find out what the Children of the Corn occult is doing, ladies and gentlemen. What is this sector of the world doing?
11.
So Donnie Schatz is at 11. So it could halfway be history if Donnie Schatz ties Steve Kinzer for the most.
I'm going to say there's going to be 3 guys. It's either Day, Larson, or Rico.
Rico. That is the spinner. Rico is always the Illuminati pick because of the connections with the wine industry. Because, there's a lot of things that happen in those rolling hills of California. There's some. Jim Carrey talked about it, man.
Great stomping.
That's wine is one of the oldest things in the world's history.
Yep.
We're talking about paganism. Bohemian Grove isn't far from their original location, and who knows when how they sacrifice the baby with the big owl of Moloch. Who knows how much power that actually has? But we are talking about basically when we talk about these teams and stuff. To me, Sean, this is how the world does actually operate. We have these governments and stuff, and then you always hear about Illuminati and New World Orders and all this stuff. But to me, honestly, I do think that like our borders are bull BS and our presidents and leaders, Putin and all them. And then you have the military with the guns, but then there's that level above that. Even when the movie 300, when Leonidas wanted to go to war, or whatever his name was, he had to climb up a mountain and ask some weird guys. You remember that in the movie 300 where he'd climb the mountain up there and
No.
he had to ask these like weird sorcerers, can I go to war with, the whole Persians?
Right.
Those people still exist. So in my opinion, in that world, it's kind of like Harry Potter. They got their teams and stuff. You always hear about lizard people or fish people or these people or aliens. I think these are all like mascots to the different occult teams. So they're all playing games. Like I said, the world's a big game to Illuminati. So like Rico is the Bohemian Grove, owl guy. And like Corey Day is like the spider dude or something, the Catholic Church person or and then like Donnie is kind of like the white knights of the northern, the Viking representative from the Dakotas. And then, stuff like that. I would say Danny Dietrich's a Mennonite representative, but he's not going to perform well at all. So
That's funny.
it's true. I don't think he's going to get it done. He's spinning out on his own, Sean. He's running into walls at Oski. I don't know what to say. What's up with Danny?
I don't know what's up with that.
I think what's happening with Danny is when he's behind the wheel and at the track, he's missing the edge, and the edge is being friends with the Chaz. If Danny Dietrich was a friend with the Chaz, and we actually got along, I think we would take this whole world over. Imagine a super team to take on these occult leaders of like me, Tyler Carpenter, Danny Dietrich, Robert Ballou.
All the villains. The villains of the sport.
Throwing an RTJ maybe or a Donnie Schatz, Well, he's in with the clique, but imagine that team taking on like the establishment. They would be destroyed.
Right. Danny Dietrich does so good out east, or not. I shouldn't say so good, but better than he has here. But what is it? The dirt that he can't get a grip of, or holy shit! I figure he run better.
Yeah.
Look at the Kreitz boys, them old guys.
Well, and Darren Pittman's a bad son of a bitch. I told you we were sitting there. I said, "Here comes a man who knows how to qualify."
Oh yeah.
He went right out there, bam, hit it, and he could jump in at any given time and be that damn good.
He's in my opinion, he's going to be the dark horse for the Nationals. I'm picking him as the dark horse.
Well, and see, Darren Pittman could potentially be the Freemason mascot representative because the Masons are kind of established in that Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas region very well. Garth Brooks and shit.
Right.
So, he could be the representative. The Masons have lacked a representative in the racing world for a while now. They had Christopher Bell, but Joe Gibbs chopped his nutsack off. So, there's a spot open. They would say Aaron Reitzel, but he's just such a dick, Sean. Why does Aaron Reitzel have to be such a dick to people?
I don't know. I mean,
He jumped Boguski.
yeah, and what? Because people made fun of him for throwing a bicycle. I mean,
But he was a dick before and after that, Sean. He was a dick, and that's why he got the whole Wayne Johnson at him.
well, yeah, in that scenario, that didn't help his
Intimidation factor. Well, because everybody was always scared about him. You know, Trey Markham was famous there at the Chili Bowl when he got jumped by Aaron Reitzel. And he got out of the car and he had that interview and he said, if he wasn't taller than me, I would whoop his ass. Because he was scared. Everybody was kind of scared of Aaron Reitzel because he was a taller guy. And then once Wayne Johnson exposed him as not being able to fight, you know, I mean, it made it look like your little 15-year-old with an attitude could have took him on, you know? So, I mean, I hope for Aaron's sake, and I think he probably has taken some fighting classes ever since. And maybe Larson has, remember? I mean, Bubba Wallace got pushed and ran all over Larson in front of everyone at Vegas, and Tony Stewart, you know, said he talked to him and said he's never had a fight in his life, and suggested Larson take some fighting classes, which wouldn't hurt. I mean, I've been hit by Kyle. Kyle's hit me before. Yeah. I mean, he has a pretty solid, you know, hand and fist. I mean, it could be used in a deadly way. I mean, he's obviously got the Asiatic bloodline behind him, so he could Jackie Chan your ass. That's all I'm saying. He's got some. I guarantee he's got. Even though he's never been in a fight, he's got some natural fighting skill. I got. People tell me I got Chinese eyes when I smile. That's why I can whoop some ass too. But at the end of the day, Sean, all I'm saying is that Aaron Reitzel got exposed for not being able to fight, and that hurt his prowess. But he was a dick before and a dick after. Why is Aaron Reitzel a dick? Can somebody explain this to me? He has plenty of reasons to be happy. I hear he has a very large penis. What is wrong with Aaron Reitzel? Why is he mad?
His ego got fucking bursted, dude.
So you think he's still mad over that? All them years ago. That was 2021? That was 4 years ago or 3 years ago.
I'm sure he is. I mean, you know, he's Aaron Reitzel and he's I don't know what he's trying to be, but I don't know why he can't just be a normal human, but
and race people respect on the track. Why has he always got to push it a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Like, why has he got to just drive in there like the car's not next to him?
Right rear Reitzel? I mean...
Yeah, why? Why?
I don't know.
It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like Sammy has said, I mean, if you're getting boos or cheers, at least people are there to...
Yeah, but he doesn't play into it verbally.
No.
You know, he gets on the mic and tries to act like he's Gary Wright, all nice guy, and he's not, you know.
Right.
He has the same twang as a Gary Wright, but not the same attitude or race ethics.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so then Sheldon, no hope. Okay, I gotta say this. Huge cop out by Sheldon. I'm just saying this. The whole team, the Sheldon team, they put the race ready videos out. I don't know if you saw them. They're really nice. But their paint scheme, which I like the Donnie Schatz paint scheme. I think the Selzy one's okay. I ain't seen nothing really so far that's like, wow, that's amazing. Personally, I ain't seen nothing.
Honestly,
that's wow.
I haven't seen Sheldon's car yet.
Sheldon's car, they posted to their face. This is breaking news, maybe. They posted to their Facebook that Sheldon liked the blue chrome so much. They're doing it again. It's a cop out. I can't. It's like they had the body in the shop and we'll just put it back on.
Really?
That's what they did. That's what Sheldon did. Yes. Sheldon's car this year, his special paint scheme is a special paint scheme he already ran before.
I mean, I like that blue chrome. I mean, it was cool, but again, come on.
I mean, that's not technically special now, is it? It's the same thing as before.
It is. I mean, look at Schatz's car. I mean, to me, it's the same, pretty much. I think...
but at least it's different. It has something different. It's not the same as last year's car, for instance.
But you want to talk about different. Let's talk about fucking Parker Price Miller's car. Wow. That's different.
It kind of gives me 90s vibes.
Yeah, it does.
Because flames and that kind of color combo. But the only problem with Parker Price Miller's car is the number don't pop. I think that with paint schemes, and this is something people lack, Even Gio's regular scheme that he runs, if that 18 was just a solid white with no outline, it would look clean as fuck. But it blends in too much with the paint scheme. I think his regular outlaw scheme, his number just blends in. Whereas the same thing is happening with Parker Price. You know, it's like the number is almost the same color as the wrap, and you're just going to see this orange yellow thing running around.
Right. Well, I mean, Gio's car is different. I think, I don't know. I just think the car that's going to win that category, I think it's going to be Gio, because
It's the only one that looks special. Does that make sense? Outside of maybe Parker Price, but it's the only one that looks special and pieced together.
right, and different than what he normally runs. Totally different. So, yeah, I think he's got a good shot to win the best appearing car.
Well, and so far there's only been like 12 released. It's not as many. And maybe it's just the big teams that did a reveal. I think that Tanner Holmes just looks like he should have did that for the next year paint scheme. It doesn't look special at all. It just looks like a new sponsor kind of look or something. Although I don't think he has a new sponsor. It just doesn't look special. Once again, same thing with Tyler Courtney's. His doesn't look special. It just looks like another scheme for a new year.
Yeah.
Same color scheme. I feel like if you're going to do a special scheme at Knoxville, you have to like flip your colors or do something completely different than your normal paint scheme. You can't just change the design up.
Right. Get completely out of the box and yeah, I mean that's
Like if Donnie Schatz would have did like his first year's, the Parker Stores paint scheme with the, instead of it saying Parker Stores, it says, Car Quest, and instead of it saying, whatever down the side, it says Ford Performance. That would have looked cool because it would have been completely different than his normal season scheme.
Right. But yeah, that gold with Gio's car on there, or that gold on there, is something different. It's something totally, probably what people did not expect. But yeah, his car's sharp, I think.
You're sure?
Yeah.
And that's it. But my point would also be there's only been 12 or 14 that we've seen. There potentially is more. They're just the littler teams. Like Brandon Wimmers last year with the Jeff Swindell 7TW throwback was probably the best one. I think that was last year. The old Jeff Swindell looking car. That was like a really badass throwback. There's probably some of these smaller teams that don't have the following of a Schatz and a Parker Price or any of these guys that have really badass special paint schemes. They're just not special names.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I have to wait and see.
Wait and see. Yeah, but, I mean, it's it's just going to be exciting to see how today and tomorrow and Friday play out, and the anticipation, I guess, is pretty high for me.
For you?
Yeah.
Well, especially now that it seems like the world's gonna. I'm trying to prep people. Even in my Corey Day interview where David Gravel got all pissy and drunk, and I think we need to start a new hashtag Liquid Gravel, because people loved it so much. Because gravel, and it's the best hashtag in the world. Because gravel is solid, But when a liquid gravel, what the fuck is that? Well, liquid gravel is running people over with golf carts and actually acting normal. People love David Gravel in that video because it was like, hey, here's a normal guy. Whenever you see him every other time, he's trying to act like he's LeBron James in a 5'2" frame or something. He's not built that way, You can't look serious and mean. David Gravel's always mean mugging the camera and trying to look like this big tough guy. But I mean,
he's a short dude.
He's a little dude. Just own the role and start making jokes and talk some shit. And people love that because he had some liquid courage.
Right.
So we need hashtag Liquid Gravel. The world needs more Liquid Gravel.
Yeah, I mean, don't try to be like Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel's just a douchebag.
Yeah. Or try to be too politically correct. But once again, I think this is why the 2-car will never win the Knoxville Nationals. This is God playing factors.
Right.
I'm not calling on a flood.
Right.
Sean. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about results.
Right.
No wrecking. I mean, he could finish second probably with that car, but to win it, I think he needs another vehicle.
Really?
Him and Cody.
Think so?
Yeah.
Ah.
Hey man, the occult's real.
Yeah, it is.
The occult's real. And maybe the Chaz is in with the occult.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
maybe,
you never know.
Maybe.
I mean, how's this guy broke just running around, venturing the world
Yeah.
without the occult on his side?
It's going to be interesting.
Oh, no. Maybe the Freemasons do have someone on their side. I'm from Dallas, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. I do have an award from the Shriners. Oh, wait, that's where Hendry Chambers is sponsored by Shriners. Oh, wow. We got 7 million views randomly on TikTok. Oh, wow. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take of the week. The biggest hot take of the week. Kyle Larson does not lock into the Saturday night main event due to those 2 qualifying laps that he self-admittingly cannot hit right now in just regular competition. And I think what the trick is, the fix that they got on that car is aerodynamics, and that's why he's able to drive through these fields, and they are distracting everyone with the headers.
Yeah.
Why do y'all hope I'm wrong? I'm talking about Kyle Larson having to... Let's just say I'm not saying Kyle Larson won't win the A-Main Saturday. And in this scenario, with this aero figured out, he's going to win Saturday. I would put my money on Larson, personally. I just don't think he's going to qualify in through his prelim night because he can't qualify, self-admittingly. And I think that's going to be a shocker for people. But come Saturday... if there's a show to be seen, it's Kyle Larson coming from the B and coming from the back and putting on a damn show. That's what I'm saying. I mean, why is that bad?
Exactly. I think that's another history. It will be made.
But then you're right. Corey Day, they have been pointing history. Mm-hmm. I've been saying the fix is in for Corey Day because NASCAR Allegiance, they want to send him off.
And he wants to win.
And he's with Hendrick, Jeff Gordon. You know, the Illuminati is in. It does make sense to me. Youngest driver in history, Corey Day. What did you just pull over here? Dumpster diving. Yeah, we saw this with we all know that Paul Silva's dumpster diving, but Paul Silva's dumpster diving is true. But he doesn't dumpster dive psychologically. Psychologically, Paul Silva is at the top of the peak of the mountains. He's not dumpster diving as far as what he's doing to the car.
Right.
So what they've done to that car, in my opinion, is psychologically manipulated the air. And that's why he's able to drive through these fields. That's why the car is so much better in race conditions. And that's what I think they figured out. And that's also why it doesn't qualify well. It doesn't qualify well because just like late models in the droop rule, when Brandon Overton was manipulating, you know, when he had the fucking left rear up in the air and stuff, when he had that left rear up in the air, he was qualifying well and running up front very well. But here's what I'm saying. When you have a car that is designed to be perfect in clean air, like Braden Overton's car was when it was cheating the droop rule, in my opinion, when he got to lap traffic, those guys who were under the regular rules, who weren't as aero dependent, those guys would just destroy him. They ate him up in lap traffic because his car was too dependent on the air to perform. So vice versa, when you're Larson's car, that I think they got something figured out to work in the dirty air, to work in the race conditions, when you're out in the clean air, it's not as much of an advantage.
Do you think it's all in the wing? In the wings?
I think it's body, wing, everything. I think it even maybe some bends in the bars. I think it's a little bit, I don't know what they got going on, but there's some little things here. Little things there, moving this wing here, moving this wing there. Maybe something out of the belly of the wing where it's able to bend here. So there's something going on aerodynamically with the 57 car, and that's why it won't qualify well and races extremely better than everyone else.
Well, put the qualifying wings on.
I don't know if it's just wing. It has to be body. It has to be the whole car in synchronization. You could have something coming off of the hood that plays with the belly of the wing, something that comes off with the side of the body that catches this here, catches that there, or maybe they could have a lip somewhere that you don't really see. Maybe there's a panel that's softer than the other parts of the panels that when you go into the corner and slide, it kind of bends a little bit and moves and manipulates the wing in the air and side forces. It's aerodynamics, I'm telling you. That's why that car doesn't qualify well and races extremely well.
I mean, you could possibly be right. I mean, Yeah. Gonna be interesting.
We will see.
To find out.
We will see. Now we are officially in at 39. Oh no, the one car that's not here.
Macri.
No, Swindell.
Mm-hmm.
That's the saddest part, Kevin Swindell. I don't think they're here, are they?
Speaking of Swindell, gonna try a coilover car.
I know. And that's supposed to have, the Sammy Swindell car is supposed to have some trick, actually, NASCAR stuff involved on that car. Yeah. Some aero work on that machine. Very, very weird to try an experimental car at the biggest race of the year with no nights on it. But, I mean, sure.
Well, he was here testing it a couple weeks ago.
And didn't do well, apparently.
Well, he was out here on a Sunday, I think it was, and just him by himself. But, yeah, I don't know. I definitely would not want to try that shit. Biggest race, of the year. I don't know.
But it's Sammy. I mean, I think he's not coming in expecting to win. I don't think he personally is thinking that, is he? I mean, you would think he's not that far gone. He's not Bloomquist level delirious where he thinks he can still dominate and come through fields, does he?
I don't.
It's like he does it for a job now. Like he's paid to get in these cars or something and sell some merch, make some big merch money. He's going to sell shirts. They got the trailer out, so we know he's going to make some money. When you're a lifetime racer, a dirt racer, you got to make money every day.
Maybe he's helping the sport by doing, maybe some R&R or R&D. Maybe he's figured out something because Sammy is a smart guy, and maybe he's figured something out and he's going to try it and see how it goes or where it goes. Maybe, I don't know. It's interesting.
It is interesting. Okay. Now we will end it at 41. Oh, no. Phil Dietz. Jason Johnson. No.
Oh, Macedo.
Oh,
Might as
Macedo.
well stay on for 57.
Fuck that. You know that 5 plus 7 is 12, right? 12.
Oh.
Dimensions. They always know how to tell the truth. All right, you bastards. Hopefully you enjoyed the blackout edition of the Chaz. We may be at the Coffee Connection. I don't know. The Coffee Connection is fun right here. This was simple.
Yeah, we're actually drinking coffee.
We're actually drinking coffee. We're hitting our vapes and not offending anybody. This is awesome. And we got like a choreographer looking up stats while we're just sitting here, voluntarily with her sleeve tattoos. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We will tune in next. She just asked where Spike. Spike is up the gully of some tramp in the middle of the woods somewhere, probably. We will talk to you next time, ladies.
This is how we ride. This is how we do. Ride mud, sliding up.